What up, Cowboy fans and YouTubers? Is that VA Dallas Cowboy fan coming back at you? Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting down below. I make these videos for me and you, and they're a little therapeutic. Welcome. Today, it is Victory Monday. So we have a couple of stats I wanted to run through. Of course, if you watch some other YouTubers' videos, they already talked about Dak Prescott making history. The history he made is he threw for 450 yards and he rushed for 3 touchdowns. Not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns. We always said, why don't you use his legs more? And he proved it by pushing in a couple quarterback sneaks. Now, his final stats, he was 34 for 47 for 450 yards and 1 passing touchdown through the air. And that came by way of Dalton Schultz. I think it was a 10-yard touchdown. Speaking of Dalton Schultz, he was targeted 10 times with 9 catches for 88 yards in that aforementioned touchdown. So the fact that he had to come in and start this week really says a lot, and they force-fed him to make sure that you're our guy. He's got to get acclimated quickly, and they threw him into the fire and said, this is it. This is your time to shine. We're not going to have Jarwin back, so Witten's not coming in to save the day. You are the guy. And he played well for himself. Also, what's his name? Blake Bell? He had 2 catches on 3 targets for 34 yards. So the backup quarterbacks definitely showed up and proved their worth. So we were hating and saying, later. Yes. Get Delaney Walker and other tight ends came to question for trades, and it looks like we didn't need to. They take care of business, and we got to win. Excuse me. We got to win. Andy Dalton. Everybody was calling for him, saying he's way better than Dak and, all that hoopla. He did get into the action last night because Dak took a wicked hit on one of his throws into the end zone. He missed the throw, but he got walloped. And they took him in for quick concussion protocols, as they have to do, and Andy Dalton came into the game. Andy Dalton, unfortunately, went 0 for 1. When he hiked the ball, he was in retreat mode pretty much the whole time. By the time he launched the ball, it was 5 rows up into the stands. He was not going to complete that. His second play was a handoff to Zeke, who initially we thought got the touchdown, but he did not. They called it back, say he was down at the 1/2 a yard, something like that. And that was pretty much Andy Dalton's day. Dak was back in on the next play, and quarterback snuck it in for one of his touchdowns. So that was Andy Dalton's day. Chris Jones on a fake punt was 0 for 1. We saw the aggressiveness. Mike McCarthy, he is going for it more. We kept saying be aggressive, and he's, as somebody else put it, he's being a little too aggressive instead of just putting the ball away. He's now starting to do these fake throws, fake run. Well, it wasn't even a fake run. It was a straight up run up the middle on a 4th and 5. 4th and 5, and you run a fake punt up the middle. That was dumb. Really dumb. I mean, I like your attitude. I like you going for it, but that play call was bad. But they went for it, and it is what it is. Rushing. Zeke Elliott had 22 rushes for 89 yards and a touchdown. He's still running hungry. He's still running mad. Let's keep that up. Unfortunately, we might run him into the ground. But, excuse me, it is what it is. If we can win and continuously win, they're going to run him down. I mean, you got Tony Pollard who could spell him, but apparently he got less looks this week than he did the first week against the Rams. He only had 2 attempts for 6 yards this time. They didn't try to really, put him out there for any kind of trickerations or gadget plays this week. He did have one reception for 3 yards as well. He just couldn't get open. Times he was in, the holes closed up too quick. And that was due to us having two backup tackles in without our starters. We got to go through this week in Seattle, unfortunately, with these backup tackles again. Tyron, we don't know. We're going to have to see through the week if he's going to play. Right now, who knows? But Terrence still looked like he played a lot better than the Rams game. He looked more comfortable this week than he was previously. And that's a good sign for the right side. But now you have to look at the left side and wonder what's going to go on there. You have Ron Leary who came in for a look. We're not sure what's going to happen there. Excuse me again. Oh, it's just good weather and everything out here. If Ron Leary gets picked up, if they use him at guard, that means they could kick Connor Williams over the tackle, either right or left side. It's going to be a mismatch of offensive linemen if they go that route. So we don't know. We have to take a wait and see approach this week to see if they will pick him up and reconstitute the Lions again to try and put their best five out. Let's see. CeeDee Lamb got one rush for 9 yards. And Darian Thompson got a rush for 3 yards. Receiving. CeeDee Lamb, he was running hard. He wanted to get that touchdown at the end of the game, but he just didn't make it there. But he still came up with 6 catches on 9 targets for 106 yards, no touchdowns. But he looks damn good and he looks damn hungry. That's 2 weeks in a row. He's up there in the hundreds for a rookie. We said we were going to feed him, and we're doing it. Coop had 6 catches on 9 targets for 100 yards, no touchdowns this week. But he's taking some hits. Between him this week and last week, if he keeps up with his legs this year, I'll be amazed the way he's getting hit all over the field. They trying to take him out. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's a bounty on him to take him out. Who knows? Speaking of taking hits, Noah Brown had 2 receptions for 28 yards. He had a play where he came up that middle and he got walloped. People thought he was dead on the field because he took a shot. But he held on to the ball. He got up. He got us a first down. So, more props to him. Let's see. Gallup only had 2 catches on 5 targets for 58 yards. He's starting to look more like the forgotten man in the offense. I'm not sure if it's because Dak running through his progressions, he sees Amari, then CD first, and then he gets to Gallup. Or, if he's not even looking his way and he's just straight targeting Coop all the time. I don't know what's going on there. Blake Bell, like I say, had 2 receptions on 3 targets for 34 yards as a backup tight end this week. Zeke had 6 catches for 7 targets for 33 yards. They're trying to use him in the screen game still. They're trying to get him outside in the flat, do whatever they can to get him out in open field, and I hope they continue trying to do that. And CJ Goodwin had 0 catches on 1 target. That's the trick plays. Now, here's where our offense looked bad. This is where I came in, and we were already down 20-0. Zeke fumbled twice. He lost the ball once. Dak lost the ball fumble, and Dalton Schultz lost the fumble. Now, Dak and Dalton definitely made up for it. They came out more aggressive and said, you're going to make up for that fumble, both of y'all, and Zeke as well. So it led to those quick points by Atlanta. So you imagine if we'd have scored on those possessions instead of fumbling the ball away, who knows what this game might have looked like. We didn't get any interceptions, even though we were quite close again. We were very close. A couple balls were just past our man's arms and hands, and we just didn't get there. Instead, Darryl Worley, Jalen Smith, Cheeto, and Trayvon Diggs all got pass deflections on their stat sheets. Now, the defense is still a bad work in progress. Tank Lawrence, he's out here. He got 2 tackles. 2 tackles on his stat line. Quarterback pressures, who cares? You're not sacking anybody. I don't. I mean, they're the other guys on the line are working harder, if not more, than him. It's a shame. Uh, Excuse me. As a defense as a whole, they only made 40 tackles and 1 sack by Everson Griffin. That's not good. You had 5 tackles for losses, but then when it came down to third down conversions, y'all were nowhere there, and they kept converting third downs and keeping y'all on the field, and that kept hurting y'all. Greg Zuerlein, our game winner, he made all his extra points, and he made both his field goals with a long of 46 this week. Chris Jones only had 1 punt for 43 yards. We had Tony Pollard returning kickoffs. He returned 5 of them for an average of 21 yards, with his longest of 31. And we only had 1 punt returned by CD for 3 yards. But the way our offense couldn't generate a flow in the beginning of the game because it kept turning the ball over, it's a bad look. We got to clean that up. The penalties, as usual, got to be cleaned up. The defense still looks in disarray. I know all the people are out here trying to get Earl Thomas and saying he's going to be our savior. He's not. He could be a big help, but I mean, we're still starting at the line. And our line is letting us down, and then it's starting at the DBs, and they're letting us down. The linebackers have showed up. They're doing their job. Jalen Smith, after hearing it all week, he's back on his grind and tackling and doing his job. But the safeties and corners got to stick up. They got to stand there and hold on for more than 2 seconds because the line's just not getting there. I hate to say it. They're getting pushed, but they're just not getting home. And it's starting to hurt us. The special teams, still, y'all were okay. Y'all had to do what y'all had to do. The defense got to get off that field. Them third down conversions by Atlanta y'all can't do that. Especially against coming up in Seattle against Russ and them. There's no way if y'all get the third down, y'all should still be on the field after that. Y'all should be off the field going for punt unit. Y'all should not be out there and having them convert. But it's a work in progress. It's the second week. We're happy to take the win. It's a victory Monday. We're tied with the Washington football team at the top of the division, 1-1. It's a long season. And as quick as I say it's a long season, it's a short season because it can be over real quick. There's no injuries to report this week for us, thankfully. Around the league, a lot of players took a hit. You lost Drew Lock for the Denver Broncos. He's out now. Christian McCaffrey's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Shaquan Barkley's done for the season with a torn ACL. And it looks like Cortland Sutton for the Broncos as well is now done with the torn ACL. I don't know. Maybe somebody can go and look at the stats and see if this is the season where the most NFL players have torn ACLs and lower leg injuries, because it seems like every week we're losing 2 to 3 guys to torn ACLs or lower leg injuries, and they got to go on IR. I don't know if this is a league-wide issue or just this season, so we just have to see. But anyways, that's what I wanted to get out there today. If anything else happens, we'll get it to you. If not, we have other great YouTubers out there that can spread the information out too. I'm happy to talk to you guys. I loved our live stream the other night. That was fun. And it's on to Seattle. If anything else, we might talk one more time about this game today or tomorrow. And then it's nothing but Seattle for the rest of the week. All right. Thank you again for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting down below. This is VA Dallas Cowboy fan.